Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I'll share public speaking tips for beginners. So, if you're just getting started in your stand-up speaking experience, this video is for you. So, let's unpack the details. If you haven't had a lot of experience stand-up speaking, I'm going to give you some do's and don'ts that will help move you in the right direction. So when I said do's and don'ts, we are actually going to start with the don'ts and then give you the do version of it. So that's why we will organize it. So the first pair goes like this: don't ramble and get long-winded. Anytime a public speaker is disorganized and waves all around, it's very hard to follow what he or she is talking about. And instead, what you want to do is give a nice organized and concise message. That means you have to take the time beforehand when you're preparing to create a nice introduction, body, and conclusion. Make sure you have clear main points and there is transition statement between each main point. Your audience is really going to appreciate an orderly presentation of your ideas, and it's much more like they will remember what you said. And really, that's the whole point of speaking to them in the first place. The next don't is don't look with your eyes in the wrong place. You want to not look over people's heads or not look at the floor, and not stare at the ceiling or scan around like that. What you want to do is look directly into a person's eye long enough to finish a thought, and then move on and look directly into the next person's eyes long enough to finish a thought. One public speaking teacher told me, one talk, one look. One talk, one look. In other words, about a sentence or half a sentence, and then move on to the next person. Now, this is very difficult to do if you're not used to it. It can feel very awkward looking right into someone's eyes, but you have to gear up for this because that's what audience want. We want people to connect with this. If you're not looking into our eyes and making us feel like we're part of this, then you're not going to have much of an impact. The next thing you want to do is don't. Whether this is a don't clutter up all your notes with too many details. A lot of time we tend to jump our notes or our PowerPoints with everything we want to say. But the result is when we're nervous in the moment, we end up just look into our notes and looking down the whole time and reading and sounding really stiff. Really wouldn't, and you're not going to again connect with people. So what you want to do instead is pare down your notes so that you can just have a professional style with your audience. And again, as you're practicing, you have to whittle down to stop, so that all you have is like talking points, like a little glossy list of items that you're going to talk about. And it's almost forced you, or at least frees you to connect with people to look up and to have a nice normal conversation with them in your natural personality. The next don't is don't fidget. Don't fidget with your hands, don't fidget with your feet, don't pass back and forth aimlessly because you're nervous. What you want to do instead is have a nice confident posture where you stand in one place for a little while, and then if you want to move with a purpose, move and stand in another place for a while and then share another part of your message. Move for the purpose, stand still, share some of your message. Don't just pass, have a nice confidence posture. Same thing with your hand, you want to use gesture and emphasize your ideas with your hands. You don't want to fidget and put them in your pocket or play with a pen or do anything else weird or something like that. That's a big part of how you come across non-verbally, and I recommend it to you when you're practicing. Work on this as well. And the last done is how you use your voice. What you don't want to do is speak too softly. Use a lot of fillers like and oh and so. What you want to do is have a confident voice where you speak loud like to the back of the room with a nice clear volume. I'm for the back because just think about it, you have to reach those people. The other thing you want to do is emphasize your keywords with the sounds of your voice. And also pause after you share the key word or a key thought. Pause for a minute suddenly. Don't fill it up with an or an oh. The pause is much more effective. So here are some do's and don'ts, some tips for beginners. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.